Just go to the first picture and look at the light colored. I guess it's
It's on the
maple
handles, right?
on the top.
Maple,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then go to the third picture, and it's
It's
it's half
different.
the handle. It's half the handle
Yes.
length. What the fuck?
It's a
Yeah.
different knife.
Which one are we buying then? If you buy it, the second one's a completely different color.
Does it
Doesn't
really
matter.
matter? Does it matter?
I'm supposed to get the one with the burnt edge on it, and I got the one with the purple handle. It doesn't match the other side.
I wanted the one with the wonky edge.
This is Ben from Common Knives, and you're listening to the High Carbon Podcast.
Welcome everyone to the High Carbon Podcast. Albert and I
Hey.
had a little visit to my shop this week. Somebody that took a class with you from Puerto.
Who was it?
He bought some knife bags. Of course, I can't remember his name. I forgot it like 2 seconds
Okay.
after he said it. He made some kind of combination knife between a Santoku and something else. I saw a picture of it, but if I tell you the other guy's knife, you might remember. He made a what's the name of the knife that comes up with the tip of it's like it's a tanto, some kind of a tanto
Tanto,
knife,
yeah.
and the other guy made a kitchen knife. Yeah,
Okay.
and he was from my area in Puerto, not too far from me. An older guy, maybe late 50s.
Yeah, I remember.
Well,
Yeah.
hunter clothes on, but I can't remember his name. Yeah, he was showing me all the cool stuff he had in his shop. In your shop, he had a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. Yeah, but
Nice.
he was waiting for the 40 centimeter bags that it took forever. It's hard to keep those ones in stock, and when they go out, I have my company that makes them for me, so they custom put them all together. By the time you get stuff in mailed into you, it takes a few weeks.
Did we send him your way or did he find you all by himself? Do you know?
Well, the first picture that he showed me of your shop on the phone was the banner that I gave you. So I don't know
Okay.
if he asked you about it or he just saw the banner and searched for it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I've had a couple of people actually come from your class for looking for bags.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, we usually run out of bags pretty quickly, so we might have sent some your way, but I don't remember sending this guy your way. Nice.
Well, I got a ton of them now, so you want me to ship you some?
Sure, we always need some. Now we get them cheaper, right? Because we sent a few people your way.
Yeah, I'll throw an extra one in there. For you. Some tip
Thanks.
protector.
It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys listened to last week's episode, Knife Show in Solingen's coming up soon. So I've been busy this week trying to catch up and get the shelves all stocked up so I can start putting things to the side for the show. It's always nice to get a little head start, and then when you get back from the show, you don't have to cut everything that gets ordered stuff on the shelves for the next couple of weeks afterwards until you get back into the swing of things. And then sanding up maple blocks like crazy, getting ready for the knife show, and I just got a whole batch of stabilized Amboina back from Fabian Shell. So I sent him like 300 blocks, and he's been doing small batches. So I think I just got a batch of like 100 of them, and the blocks that will be used for the charity project, the Edge of Hope project that we're working on for this year. They came out pretty cool, and he's got them all labeled with numbers on them and the kind of wood, and put a little cookie in for each person that gets a block of wood. So pretty cool service. If you guys got wood that you need stabilized, hit up Fabian Trail. He'll take care of it. He's got an awesome process. We had him on the show a while back. If you didn't hear the episode, he'll tell you all about the equipment he's got. And I don't know anybody that does the stabilizing with that kind of high pressure like he does, but it makes a huge difference for sure. What else? Oh, I ordered a cool tool. I don't know if you guys have heard of this thing, an optical center punch. Does any of you know what that is?
Yeah,
Yep.
sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that last couple of weeks ago when I was at Sid's house making folding knives, came back here and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get all this stuff lined up, especially with the locks and stuff like that. So the optical center punch is like a small little tool. It has two holes in it. In one of the holes you put like this piece of glass, or I think mine's going to be like plexiglass or plastic. And it has crosshairs like you were looking through the scope of a gun, and you can put that right onto the cross that you marked on your steel where you want to drill, so you can get it like super accurate. And then you take that that piece out with the crosshairs and put your punch in. There's a special punch that fits the hole, and you get exactly right on center each time. So that's going to be a cool, nice little toy. I like to collect tools anyway. I guess for most people probably wouldn't need them unless you're doing folders or really precise stuff. What
But
else
they
did I
are
do?
so cool. They are so
Yeah, they
cool
are
though.
cool. They're expensive. They're like, I think the one I bought was only it has just one hole. So the 2-hole one you don't really need. The second hole is more just to hold the punch or to hold the optic, so it doesn't get scratched. I got the cheap one for $50. It's only got one hole, but the one with 2 holes out there like 100. You can get them up to like $200 for those things. They're crazy.
What? So
Yeah.
expensive.
Did also did a second pour on that project I was talking about that my daughter's been working on for her school project. So we tried this time to make the mold itself a little bit shorter, so we didn't use much steel or as many coins, I guess, that we melted, thinking that it would pour in a little bit better into all the little crevices and stuff if the mold was shorter, so it didn't cool off as quick when you poured it. And the second one came out really good. So she's got that all cut and polished up, and the project's finished. I think she just needs to put in piece of glass so the necklace pendant is like a sun, and in the center of the sun, she's going to use another tool that we have. It's a kiln that you can put in your microwave, which sounds crazy, but you can put glass in the microwave and melt it. So she's gonna got some yellow glass that she's gonna melt and then sand it down and shape it so it fits inside. So when you look through the pendant, any light that's coming through the back of it would shine through the glass. It looks pretty cool.
Uh, did you say an oven that you can put in a microwave?
Yeah, it's like I don't know what this material. It's kind of like fire brick, I guess, but it's all formed into a circle. So if you've ever like eaten food at the hospital when they bring their tray in, comes in like the bottom plate and this top cover that goes on top of it. Kind of looks like that, but it's all made out of this fire brick material. And you put the glass inside it, close the lid, and you put the whole thing inside the microwave. And you heat it up for like 10 minutes or 8 minutes, whatever the time is. It's pretty quick and it melts glass. So you'd have to have some kind of
What?
a form. Yeah, you'd have to have some kind of a form inside. They make different kinds of things. You can use another piece of fire brick and shape something, or you can use some kind of there's a clay that you can put in there and kind of make the mold of the shape that you want the glass to be. So just any kind of junk glass you find, bottles, green bottle, blue bottle, whatever you want. Marbles, I guess you could use glass marbles if you wanted different colors. You can melt that stuff in your microwave. I never heard of it either.
No way.
I saw something on Instagram about it, and I didn't believe it. And I started checking it out, and you can get them on Amazon, pretty cheap.
It sounds crazy. You
Yeah,
can melt glass. It's the last thing that I would imagine heating up in my microwave in just 10 minutes.
yeah. They do recommend that you don't use the same microwave that you're gonna cook food in. So we got a cheap one at like a garage sale, but it's got to be I think the minimum is 1,000 watt or something like that, which is probably the biggest microwave that you can get. I think.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Like one kilowatt. I have
Yep.
like default is I guess is 750 or 800.
Yep, that's true. Yeah,
Mm.
we had a hard time finding one. We looked for a while, but yeah, that's about it for my week. Busy getting ready for the shows, I guess. How about Polly? You had something that you were working on that I saw to make your handle making process a little bit easier.
I will see what Albert will say. It's the same shit, different week. But
Yeah, but we haven't
uh,
seen it yet or heard about it
Yeah.
yeah.
because you've been hiding on us.
Yeah. Been busy. Uh, Yesterday, my best buddy came to my shop. He brought kebabs and a box of canels. I sharpened a few blades for him. We just chatted. No productive work was made yesterday, but keen eye Keith, you saw it correctly. I made a huge fixture, a mega fixture, and this is trademark now. Mega fixture that can hold up to 12 handle scale sets for my Iltis knife. So it's pretty good. I guess our keen listeners would say, what about actually about the One Piece flow, Paulie, that you so
Well, it
passionately
started out as
defended?
One Piece.
Yeah, it started out as One Piece, a huge One Piece. But ayo, I don't have a tool changer, and it kind of sucks to be standing there with. It's again, you have to change, remeasure every tool. So I thought I would make a bigger batch, a bigger One Piece flow, so I can have more walk away time. The longest period now with this fixture that I can walk away is 1 hour 41 minutes with one tool. The whole processing takes around 3 hours 13 minutes to make 12 handle scales. Of course, they have to have OP2, like second operation done, because I mill out the uh, asshole of the knife where the nut is going in. So, they don't come off totally finished. It's not like just pressing a green button, but you have to press it twice. Yeah, but there is plenty of walkaway time. I guess the shortest period is 14 minutes, and then the others are like 30 and 40 minutes. So it's plenty of time to get some, cleaning up some blades, maybe grinding some. Uh, like Albert said, he takes like 15 minutes in total to grind a blade. So, there are plenty of 15-minute chunks. You can grind out 2 blades, right? In the time of the one of the shorter tool changes. And my reasoning was with going not like the totally One Piece flow way here is that the model is kind of set, and I'm very, very happy how the Iltis is coming out. And yeah, it's just winning some more time with little of fixing small mistakes and small issues. So Treta Knives, Alex Greenaway had a guess under my reel that the whole fixture is 30 millimeters by 30 millimeters. You were so close, my man. You were so close. It is actually 325 millimeters by 325 millimeters. So only by an inch you were mistaken, which is fine because it's a reel, on Instagram. So it's fine. And I also calculated how efficient is it in material. So it's the same or
Same
even
as
a
if you
little
got
bit.
scales.
Yeah. And that means it's more efficient because you have to cut my scales, Keith. So the
Yeah, it's saving me
efficiencies
some
that you
time.
have to do. Yeah, and save some material,
Yeah.
less cuts, and then I can have big plates of material, which I guess would be pain in the ass to ship, but ayo. And the benefit is that the handle scales, like the whole profiles, except for the hole in the butt of the knife, are machined in one operation, because in previous times it would take 2 operations where I make the holes for the screws, and then I mount it on another fixture which needs, to be put on the CNC to find the X and Y zeros, and then they are planted in on holding pins that have screw holes to hold them down. And if you want it or not, it doesn't matter how accurate you are with zeroing in the fixture, you will always have some small discrepancies. And now that the profiles and the tops are machined in one operation, and the holes, they are perfect. The pairs are perfect. You cannot find a I don't know, like 500ths of a millimeter of mistakes there, which I love, which is great. And I have more walkaway time, which is great. So I've made in the past couple of days, I guess 36 handle scales, 36 handle scales. So in different colors, so 12 brown micarta, 12 green, and 12 black, because Iltis is selling most in yellow G10. So maybe an order is coming your way, Keith, for a big plates of
Some of that
G10
mustard.
in mustard. Yeah, it's actually great color. I love it. It looks great. And yeah, and then the micarta is selling also great, which you can also find on knifematerial.at.
I got it.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
I actually got 2 sheets in black with a thin like red liner already attached. So if people like the red line is red and black is usually the color they do. It's all one piece, so you don't have to do any of that glue up and get your lines nice and straight with no gaps.
Did you do it yourself or did you order it like that?
I ordered it that way.
You can do that.
Yeah, of course.
Is the liner like also micarta or is it like G10?
No, this is the G10 line that they have. Red G10 and in black G10.
I never knew
don't know
that
if-
you can do that.
I don't know if they can do it in the micarta. I'm not sure. I think you would have too much bleed out in the colors on micarta because it's a fabric, but it might work.
Would you? But they are like basically using a thin. They are gluing it afterwards, or is it in the? I don't know.
No, it's all
in the
it's
making
all
process.
done at once. It's all done at once.
Okay. Yeah, that's about. I don't know. Oh, and also I was sweating the whole week because we recorded a super extremely spicy low carbon episode, and when this is coming out, it's been almost a week after it aired. So I have no idea how it will land. My dear listeners, maybe you will hate me. Maybe you will hate us. Or maybe you'll like us and we'll have more Patreon subscribers. We'll see. We'll see how it lands. But my hands are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. It's war. It's nuclear fucking war, my guys. So yeah. Yeah. Albert, how was your week?
No, Keith wanted to say something. Keith.
Please.
No, I just wanted to ask him more about his fixture. Like, is that the biggest piece that you can fit on your machine? Like, you had to make it out of a block of aluminum first, or
Yeah,
did you have somebody make that for you?
No, it's all in house, baby. It's all machined by me. It's made from 15 millimeters thick aluminum, and I could have fitted a bigger one, but because I'm restoring a second CNC, this is the biggest that it will take, and within reason that if I increase the size a little bit, I do not gain actually any more handle scales. So it's kind of meh, just waste of time. So, and yeah, it kind of works out.
If you move that onto one of your other models, obviously it wouldn't fit as many handle scales on. But have you tried that? Will they fit on there, so you can get like an even set?
Yeah, boy, did the research. I did, and I was also calculating how much. What is the good size that I can use on my micarta sheets, and what is the good size that I could use on your G10 sheets, and with as little waste as possible, but still yield enough handle scales. And I also try to reconfigure to see like how many Varna's handle scales I could fit on there. And for Iltis, it is 12 sets. For Varna's, it is 8 sets. And yeah, it works out. So now, if you remember, I asked you to cut different kind of sizes of scales for my different models, which is a pain in the ass for you. And now it would be all the same sheets. Yeah, of course you do.
I also did some improvements from that, because when you started, I had made a sled to put onto my table saw, and then you're like, I need some for this model too, and I have another model coming out, and I need to save 3 cents, so I'm gonna make it this size. So I had like 3 different sleds, and now I came up with a new sled design. But we talked about that on a different episode. But now that I got that fixed, now you change to sheets. Sheets.
Okay. Sheets. Yeah. I caught you. Also, yeah. Kydex sheets, G10 sheets. Yeah. So, dear listeners, don't be like me. Don't be cheap and counting every cent. Just go with the flow. Something that is easy to make, easy to manufacture, and don't bitch to Keith. I want this cut into different sizes and that one in different sizes, and also can you get not 6 and not 8 millimeters but 6.5 millimeters thick stock, because I want to save some money and not buy the 8 millimeters. Don't be like me. Just be straight up and order the same shit. It works out for both parties.
I might end up selling them. What is it? 30 by 30, 32 by 32.
30
As my
to
standard scale set size.
it's 3 to 5 millimeters. So it's the smallest way. It's the smallest one. 3 to 5. 32 centimeters and a half.
Got it.
Yeah, smallest handle scale size. It works out. So yeah. So
So
can you
now
go?
we can
Can you
now
go
we can
to
get
Albert? Yeah.
Same shit every week, isn't it? So but two things actually happened, or three maybe. So we had a class, surprise, surprise, but in this class on the weekend, a student broke his blade, which was quite interesting to see, especially why it happened. So it was his fault because our students usually use letter punches to punch in their initials so that they can identify their blades throughout the 3 days, right? After heat treatment and
somewhere
stuff.
on the handle.
On the tang, on the tang. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. After annealing, of course. So what happened
Uh-oh.
was yeah, but what happened was that this guy couldn't read his initials after hardening and tempering. So he used a letter punch
Punch it.
and he tried to punch in his initials next to the pinhole. So, and that's where he broke the blade. So we had to start over at this point. It was Saturday afternoon. All the heat treating was done and stuff. So, but with this guy, we had to start over. So, which made for a long Saturday class, at least for the
Saturday's usually day 2, right?
yeah. Saturday's day 2, and Saturday's the long day anyway. So it was even longer this week.
And it was Damascus.
It was Damascus. Yeah, I mean, we had some cutoffs from the Damascus forging, so we could use some steel we forged the day before. But still, I mean, we had to do all the grinding, so all the cutting, all the grinding, all the heat treatment, all the finish grinding, up to gluing up the handle, because all our students have to be at the same stage Sunday mornings for all of us, or all of them, to be able to finish their blades Sunday afternoon. So we had to make up for the time we lost. So we stayed in the shop longer on Saturday and fixed everything. So that was quite a setback on Saturday, but we managed. So we pulled through, and it was a long Saturday, and then we were all done Sunday afternoon. But this is what happens when you do classes. So you leave them out of sight, and then they start doing shit sometimes. And then you have to fix it. Yeah.
But that can't be the first time that's ever happened, right? I mean, not that specific thing, but obviously
Yeah.
somebody's broken a blade before.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, no. I mean, we had one broken blade before. We had, of course, when we started out and we didn't have the 80-ton press yet, we sometimes had to deal with delaminations, but we were always able to grind them out, so that wasn't really an issue. But of course, I mean, also in this class, they broke one of our small wheel attachments on the belt grinder, so shit breaks like all the time. I mean, I don't know how many knife maker devices they broke. I'm always surprised of what ways students find to break machines and stuff. So that always surprises me.
There's probably one machine that you could have in your shop that they wouldn't break. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, I have an idea. That's a hot machine, a hot machine like the hot takes that we have today. Kills. This show is sponsored by minihell.eu. Great kills, affordable prices, and amazing quality. Whoa, something different in this ad read this time. You can use Carbon 5 at checkout to save 5% on your next purchase on minihell.eu because they got the next kiln for you. And while you are on there, you can buy and shop for some heat treatment racks and heat treatment oil. Jesus Christ, foil, not oil. You can buy something for your stainless steel babies there. And if you don't find anything that scratches your itch there, and you need something really, really custom, you can shoot them an email, you can message them on Instagram, and Baltazar, our good friend, will take care of you and make something extraordinary. Maybe a super small kiln, maybe a super big kiln for swords or something like that, or maybe tempering ovens. I don't know, whatever you want, he can make it for you. Affordable price, a great quality, minihell.eu. And now, back to the show.
Before Albert continues, we probably already forgot the rest of it. I just wanted to say that Balthazar does have a nice rack. That that rack that they sell. I like that thing. It's pretty simple, but it's even got like this little fork thing to pick it up out of the kiln, so you can grab the whole set of whatever. I don't know how many knives it fits, 6 or 8 or something like that.
Mhm.
You can put them all in at once and pull the whole thing out all together. It's pretty cool, simple design. Yeah.
And just dip it in the oil and do
In the heat
batch
treating
hardening.
oil.
Foil, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this shipping is super affordable on his website. I bought some foil. I had to stop myself from saying oil.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's great and it's quick and he's super responsive. So yeah, it's great.
All right, back to the mess ups, Albert. I want to hear some more. What
Mess
happened the
ups.
rest of the class? Yeah.
You mean in this class? I mean, everything was fine on this in this class, but I mean, they ground through our tooling arm on the belt grinder with the edge of the 36 grit belt. They used a mechanical shear to cut sandpaper. I told you guys on the podcast about this.
Yeah.
They managed to break the knife maker's vise, so the top screw, which is an M10 thread. So that's
Yeah.
that's a substantial.
You got to try to break
But
that one.
I mean, so much stuff has happened over the years now. I don't really remember all of them, but only the more recent ones, I guess. But they never fail to surprise us. So
Have you ever got mad enough, or Andy mad enough, that you had to yell at somebody, or do you just turn away, walk away?
no, not really yell, but I can be
The
very
philosopher comes out and you go into
strict.
discussion with him.
No, not discussion, but we once had a guy who tried to chamfer a hole on a hardened blade, not with a carbide chamfer, but with a normal HSS chamfer, right? And
Yeah.
this doesn't work. So, and he tried
The
to do
squealing.
that's good, yeah. And the whole workshop was so loud
Oh, he did it on the drill press.
on the drill press, yeah. And he tried to countersink the whole, and I went up to him and asked him if he doesn't hear and see that it's not working, right? So, and then I said, you just ruined a perfectly fine chamfer. I don't yell at people in classes. I think that's you're not supposed to do that. I mean, everyone's there
Yeah.
to have a good time, and if they make a mistake, I mean, it's that they don't do it on purpose, right? It's just because they don't know better. I mean, how would they? But they never fail to surprise us. So, but other than that, we had a very interesting visit this week. We had a technical engineer from VSM at our shop. So usually we have a contact at VSM who drops by regularly, let's say every 6 months or so. And this time he had a guy from Frankfurt from VSM, from a technical engineer. He came with him to our shop and he spent like 4 to 5 hours at our shop when we went through all the machines, did some testing of new belts. He was there to show us how much pressure we need on certain belts, what the rotation speed or rotation rate should be for a certain belt. He showed us new sandpaper for hand sanding, new belts for wood, and so that was super interesting. And he spent like 4 to 5 hours, I think, at our shop. And he was very thorough because he went through all the machines we run belts on or other abrasives, so even angle grinders and stuff. So this was super educational for us and super nice of VSM. I mean, we didn't pay for that, right? So he just showed up at our shop because he thought it's an interesting shop to see, but because we grind so many different materials from mild steel, hardened steel, non-hardened steel, aluminum, bronze, copper, wood, different kinds of wood, whatever, right? So it's
Mhm.
very rare that you have so many different materials at one shop and one supplier for abrasives. So that's why he spent so much time at our shop, I guess. But it was super nice of VSM to send this guy.
Can you remember some of these recommended rotation per minute speeds that he gave for certain materials?
Yeah. I can't remember it from the top of my head because we wrote it down.
Mhm.
But what I can tell you, that there's a new belt from VSM, which is not on our website, but we will start selling it, which does an awesome job with wood, especially very hard and dense wood, like there's ironwood and stabilized woods, which has a char coating. So it's a white
Mhm.
belt a ceramic belt, but it has this coating, and this coating prevents it from getting dull or clogging up. The belt doesn't clog up that quickly. And then we tested it in one of our classes, and we can do like twice the number of handles on this one.
Wow.
And it's also great for soft steel, like
I-
non-hardened or mild steel, and other metals, non-ferrous metals like aluminum or
I-
bronze.
Sticky metals like aluminum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Isn't it like zirconium? Is it like ceramic?
It's ceramics. Yeah, it's a ceramic belt
Yeah.
with a special kind of coating.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and it works. I mean, we've tried. I was able to do on a 60 grit belt. I think almost 10 handles. Stabilized wood, by the way, right? So usually I need at least 2 or 3 belts because we have to grind off so much material when we do handle skills because they're so thick usually.
Interesting. Do they do like in similar material like sandpaper or no?
Do you mean that? No, we don't have
Sheets.
ceramic sandpaper sheets. No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking for an alternative for my Rhino wet sandpaper for my disc grinder because often I flatten my scales that are wood.
I mean, with a sandpaper that's better than Rhino Wet, which is also from VSM. So we did some, especially because we did so much hand sanding on the steak knives for the Ritz in Vienna. We tested different companies. So we tested Starke Matador, that was the first one. Then we tested Indasa Rhino Wet, and then we tested the one we have now. And every time we doubled the speed. So it took us half as long with the new version of the sandpaper. So it took us half the time with the Rhino Wet, and it took us half the time with the new one from VSM we have now. So it's 4 times faster than the Starke.
I thought you were using T-Rolt or whatever it's called, Tyrolt.
Tyrolit,
like
yeah,
that.
we used we that was the one we used before. That's right. That's also one we used. And we've tested so many different. We've also tested Hermes and all the other companies, but that's right. Yeah, Tyrolit was also a good one. Yeah, but still not as good as the one we have now. I think.
And price-wise?
It's more expensive because it does not have a paper backing, but a linen backing, so you can tear it. So you don't have to cut it, but you can tear it, which is also super convenient for classes because.
Yeah, much nicer. You don't have to put tape on the back and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're doing handles and stuff. But even for if you hand sand the blade, you can just tear it, and you don't have to cut it into strips or whatever you use. Yeah, it's an
You don't
awesome
have to use the
sandpaper.
hydraulic shear.
No, no. That's why we had to get it, because you never know what our students will do. Yeah.
But can you get it with a paper backing? Because I'm looking for something that I could glue on my disc sander.
But why can't you glue it on with the linen backing? Why wouldn't that work?
I have to try it, but I don't know.
Sure, it would work. Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah. I don't see any.
But I'm kind of scared because the linen backing could give some give. You know what I mean? And I want to be like, because I am like evening out the underside of the scales.
Mm-hmm.
So I would need it to be dead flat. And the glue that I use, it works really good with the backing with the Rhino Wet, which is paper. Yeah.
I mean, they also I can tell you that they also sell sandpaper with paper backing, but we don't use that one. But they also sell it with paper backing. What grits do you need? What's your grit progression on the disc sander? Or what grit do you need?
Only 120. Only 120
okay.
for the underside.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty coarse. But like the G10 from Keith, it just dulls the Rhino Wet
sure. Yeah.
very quickly. Yeah. So I'm looking for something better. And you only sell belts?
No, we also sell sandpaper, but it's not on the website yet, I think. But we sell it when someone comes to our shop, but it's not on the website yet. But we will put up all the new stuff on the website soon. So all the new belts. They have a belt that's similar to Cubitron by 3M. You know Cubitron belts?
Mm-hmm.
They have something similar. It's called Arctirox. And now they have Arctirox in grid, I think 36, 60, 80, and 120 or something. And it's an amazing belt. I mean, it's way cheaper than the Kubotan belt, but it's slightly better than the VSM, like the normal ones, 885 or something.
Isn't like the Arcturox like it's blue?
It's
No.
blue, yeah. The Arcteryx is
Mhm.
blue, but the 885 belts are red. So that's our
Yeah.
go-to belts, or was our go-to belts, even for wood. But now we have the white ones for wood and soft metals, and then we have the Arcteryx for the heavy duty tasks, like on the surface grinder and stuff, where we have to remove a lot of material. Because there it lasts at least twice as long as a normal belt. But it needs pressure, right? Because you need to break the ceramic.
I have like 300 blocks of wood I need to sand. I'm gonna have to order some of those white ones. And you got the paper
Yeah.
too that you were talking about for my disc sander.
Yeah, I can send you some,
Right,
sure. What grid
got
do
to
you
order
need?
some.
60
Yeah, like 6120.
belts. Yeah, good. Mm.
Yep.
Th- That's the one we have in stock. No, it's super amazing if you have like a technical engineer in your shop who tells you all this stuff. But because he also comes up with
Yeah.
new ideas, and sometimes he doesn't know how well a belt's gonna perform. So we used a few of some hardened blades, and he was standing next to the grinder while I was grinding the bevels on a blade, and we
Yeah.
were measuring how long the belt's gonna last and stuff. So it was super interesting. And then he said, "Is the belt still good?" And I told him I would change now because the belt's getting dull, and I can feel that the blade's getting warm. So warm and warm, and
Mhm.
the duller the belts gets, of course. And then he said, "Well, now you can change belts and stuff." So it was super interesting. Yeah, it was kind of exhausting, but it was interesting to see how these guys work. And this guy, I mean, he has been working at VSM for over 30 years, so he knows everything. So that
Yeah.
was cool to see, because usually when you're a knife maker, you buy one kind of belt, and then you do all the
Yeah,
grinding
you find something
with
you
the
like and
belts.
you stick with it. Yeah.
Yeah, even
Use it for
wood, and
everything.
yeah, and that's not the
Yeah.
right way to go. I mean, of course, it's a lot of money you have to spend if you have like 5 different belts, if you want to have 5 different belts in your shop for all kinds of materials. But still, it's way more efficient because you're
Mm.
faster, the belts last longer, whatever, right? So that's yeah, that's what we are doing now. We're stocking up belts now, all different size. I mean, we have been testing these for a while, but now this guy was very German and very thorough, so we have now like proper results.
And
There's a couple of companies in the US. You were talking about the white belts with that coating. They
Mhm.
sell, I think they call it belt grease, but I've never tried it. Have you ever heard of that before? They use it
No,
specifically for that. It like greases up the belt. It's like a long stick, like a polishing compound would
yeah.
be,
Hmm.
and you just jam it into the belt when the machine's running, and it's supposed to do the same thing. But I've never tried it. I've just heard
Yeah,
of it and
me
seen
neither.
it in
But
shops in the US.
I guess it's the same idea, right? Yeah.
And also the Actorux, I think, has been out. Maybe it's been out here for a while and just not heard about it. But I've heard of the U.S. guys talking about that one too. That they really liked it.
Yeah, it's been out for a while now. I think they had some legal issues concerning the higher grid, so 60 and 120. So the 36 has been out for a while, but with the 60 and the 120 grid, they had to deal with some legal issues. But now it's out. Yeah, it's an awesome belt. It's a little bit, it's a
I,
bit
su-
more expensive, but still, it's a
I
good one.
suggest you get on that and put those on the website so that when this airs, people can go. Well, it's fresh in
Yeah,
their mind and order it.
we will. Yeah.
Andy, Andy, get on that. He's your website
No,
guy, right?
I'm doing the website. So I'm I'm in charge of the website, so I have to do that. I mean, we sell quite a few, quite a number of belts now nowadays, because VSM belts are, in my opinion, the best belts for the money you can get. I think, because they're not
I
too
think it's
expensive
definitely
and
the
they last very
most
long.
popular here in Europe.
Yeah, and it's a German company, and I like that. I like to know where my money goes. So yeah, and not some random company from somewhere. When there's belt and abrasive manufacturers all over the world, but I like that it's a German company. so we don't have to wait for our belts. So our belt orders go through usually very quickly, and they ship them very quickly, because also we use the right grid progression they have in stock. So we use 36, 60, 120, 240, 400, 600. I mean, that's belts they usually have in stock, so or grid they have in stock. So if you like order a weird grid like 80 or whatever, 360 or whatever, they have to be produced for you, cut to size. But the 50 by 2000 and 70 by 2000 in 36, 60, 120 and so on, they usually are in stock and they ship pretty quickly. So even if we need them, like within the week, we can get them. Well, usually. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I know they also make I'm not sure the length, but Ben Camone's using that water cooled grinder with the really long
Yeah.
belts.
Mhm.
I think he gets them all custom made there too, but
Yeah.
you gotta buy a bunch of them.
I mean, with the higher grids, we also have to pay more, buy more. So with the lower grids, like 36, 60, 120, we can buy them in packs of 10 if we want to, right? But with the higher grids, we have to buy more, usually.
Yeah.
But we buy them on pallets these days, so it's usually not an issue.
I mean, makes sense. If you don't sell them, you're gonna use them anyway, and it keeps
Exactly. Yeah.
fresh new belts in rotation that aren't sitting on the
Yeah.
shelves forever for you guys.
That's true. Yeah.
So if there's any new I have a great comparison chart because all the different brands label them differently. If there's any new stuff that you learned from 3M, you have to let me know after the show so I can add some stuff to the chart.
Yeah. Sure.
Albert thought he wasn't gonna have
What's
anything
up?
to talk about this week.
It's always the same.
The first hot take was that you had a sandpaper that was better than the
Yeah,
Rhino Wet,
it's not a hot take.
and you haven't told us yet. You haven't told us what it is yet. Put it on the website. We'll find out.
It's a VSM sandpaper. I don't know the exact number of the sandpaper because all these VSM products, they're
It's got
numbered.
the
Right?
weird
It's
numbers.
like
Yeah.
KF blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I don't know the number. So, but it will show up.
You know
on
what
our
those
website.
stand for?
No, I don't.
So the number stands for the paper backing or cloth backing or.
On a belt, I know. On a belt, I know. But on sandpaper, I don't.
All right, shoot those hot takes at us, Paulie. Let's hear it.
Oh yeah, this is our new bit. Dear listeners, you can send in to Baltic Blades for me hot takes that are. Please don't send in the sissy ones that are this and that part, blah blah blah. The weak ones. Send me some fire nuclear ones that will get people riled up. And the bit is that I am presenting them anonymously as my own, and I guess then I have to defend them. So I guess
are we allowed to talk about this and discuss these hot takes, or is it just dropping hot takes?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
No, let's discuss them.
Okay,
Wow,
yeah.
you know, if you have to say something, we can say something. I'm ready to defend them with my honor because this is my opinion. Of course,
but
this
how
is my
does
opinion.
this work? What if someone sends you a stupid hot take
That's
like
the best part.
This is the best part.
But then Paulie has to defend stupid hot takes. I mean, he had to do this like once this year at least, right? So
it was good for ratings. Yeah, it was good for ratings.
Okay.
Not good for my well-being, but it was fine. It was good.
Okay.
Hey, everybody makes mistakes.
You're young. You'll recover with the bad blood pressure. It's okay.
Please
it's
send,
I hope so.
dear listeners, please send stupid hot takes to Paulie because he has to defend them.
But please send in some aggressive ones. I don't want some, some stupid like, whatever. I don't like coffee in the morning. Don't send me in like this one. Send me in
Our
something,
knife makers who do classes aren't good knife makers. Like, I mean,
like this one. Send in like this one. Exactly like this one. I love it so much. We'll get content for days. Okay. So this is the first batch. So, it might be not the best one, but here goes the first one. If you are a culinary maker who says people who don't cook shouldn't make kitchen knives, then you make hunting knives and bushcraft knives when you don't go hunting and bushcrafting, you are just a hypocrite. I guess.
Agreed.
Is it a hot take?
No. If you say one thing, you have to say the other, I'd say. That's
Yeah.
true. Mm. To be honest, both are wrong. But if you say one thing, you have to say the other. Right? I think.
Why do you think both are
Yeah.
wrong?
It's stupid. I mean, I know that's a Fader quote. You have to cook in order to make good chef knives, but it's stupid. If you work at Porsche, you can design a super awesome race car without being a race car driver yourself, and you can do the same thing with culinary knives. You just have to know the right people. If you know like 3 Michelin star chefs and they can test the knives for you, you can make culinary knives all day long, and they can be awesome or they will be awesome, I guess, right? So you
100%.
don't have to
It's
cook
like,
yourself.
and you don't have to be a car designer to be a race car driver.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean like a race car driver is a great car designer.
No,
right?
quite to the contrary.
it's the same.
Probably not. I mean, the
Mm.
skill set is totally different. And the same with knife making. The skill set to make a knife is completely different. It's a completely different skill set you need to be an awesome chef. So it's stupid. I mean, I stand by what I said. It's a stupid thing to say that you have to be a good
Yes.
cook or that you have to. I mean, I cook every day, so but and I make culinary knives, but that's a coincidence. I would never say that someone has to do that in order to make awesome chef knives. That's just stupid and arrogant, I think. Just because you like
that is-
cooking that doesn't mean you make great chef knives, and you can make great chef knives without being a cook or being a cook, whatever, right?
I love this.
There is no correlation
I
there.
love this
it's
so much.
Same with hunting and bushcrafting, by the way. Yeah.
The same is true with the hunting and bushcrafting knives. There's lots of people that are hunters that make some horrible gut hook knives too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that that there's no correlation because the skill set you need for one thing is totally different from the skill set you need for the other. I mean,
Yes.
that's so
Yes.
trivial. I don't know how people can think differently about
It's
this.
just it's just basic understanding of how the
Yeah.
knife will be used and what is good performance. But this is
Yeah.
in the skill set of the knife maker and not the actual chef. And I
Mhm.
love the quote from you that if you are good at cooking, it does not mean you will be good at making culinary kitchen knives.
Mhm. And the other
It's
way
just-
around, by
yeah.
the way. Mhm.
Yeah, makes
Mm.
perfect sense. I rate
That's a
it
good one.
a good hot take. It's a good
Yes, yeah, it's true what the guy says.
one. So don't send in like this one.
No, it
Send in
made
something
it made
better.
for a great
It
discussion.
made
I
a
think
good
so.
discussion. Yeah.
It's good content, but it's not really a hot take because it's true. Obviously true, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's good, but for the person listening, it's not a hot take. it's just a good opinion.
but thanks for sending in your quote unquote hot take. It made for great content. Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
thanks
And
DB
don't
Blades.
send anything. Nah, it's not. Nah. It's me. It's not DB Blades. It's not DB
Okay.
Blades.
All
It's
right.
fine. I guarantee the anonymity. I won't spill any beans.
Okay.
I promise.
Next
Next
one, Polly. Yeah.
If you ask for the price of a knife and it is more than you can or want to spend, just say that. But don't throw your wife under the bus. I would love the knife, but my wife will never be okay with it. Kill me if she finds out. Don't make her the villain for something you think you are too cool to say.
Good, very good, very true, very true. You don't know how many times I've heard this at the Christmas market. You wouldn't believe
the knife shows, right?
every other guy or knife shows so every second guy said it. Awesome hot take, true.
Great.
Also true, right?
Yeah, also true.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't
do
pussy
that.
out. Don't pussy out. Don't throw
Yeah.
your wife under the bus.
Yeah.
Just say it. I'm too cheap.
Yeah,
This knife is great, but bruh.
Nice work. You did a great knife. I'd really love to have it, but I'm too cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, funny story from the Christmas market. Sometimes it's the wives who come back
It's the other way
to
around.
our booth, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's the other way around, and they buy the knife for the guy who just was too cheap to buy it himself, right? So this also has happened quite a few times. So don't throw your wife under the bus. Good hot take. Yeah.
Grow some
Partners
balls.
throwing the better half under the bus left and right.
Yeah.
Terrible. Oh, it's a good one.
That's it. That's even a pussy move to do that, right? You don't have the balls to say it yourself. No, I don't want to spend the money. It's too much for me. You have to find some bullshit lame excuse, right? No, that's a pussy move. It's not like, oh, my wife. No. You're a fucking pussy. It's not your wife. Well, who's the problem?
You should
grow
You
some.
should call them out and say, just call your wife here on the speaker. Call
Grow-
your wife and we will
yeah,
ask
sure,
her because
yeah.
she's wearing the pants in your family.
Yeah,
She's the head of the family. Yeah?
obviously, yeah.
Fucking, fucking
So-
pussy.
Yeah, but if somebody says that to you at a knife show, how can you turn that around to make a knife sale? What would you say? What would be your comeback to that?
Bring your wife next time. Bring her here. Just call her. I don't know.
Or maybe you would ask what their price range was. What are they looking to spend? Maybe you have something at the table instead of that expensive.
But why would you buy into the premise? Why would you do that? I mean,
Because you're trying to sell a knife.
yeah, but it's very likely that the premise this guy makes is false. So why would you buy into that and work within his framework? I think you have to deny the assumption he made.
Yes,
you
exactly. Yeah,
immediately
deny
think
it.
that he's not there to buy a knife anyway. He's just talking.
Yeah.
What you think?
Yeah, it's just talking.
Tire
yeah.
kicker.
Yeah.
Fucking tire
I
kicker.
think I would probably say, I think your wife would like you to have this one. Don't you think? You think you're not worth like 500 euros to your wife or whatever the knife's worth? You really think
Exactly. That's what I'm looking for. That's the answer right there.
Just gaslight them into buying the knife.
Yeah, hold it.
You're good
Take it
enough.
in your hand. Hold
You're
on to
worth it. She will love it. She will imagine all the meals you could cook for her. She would be happy.
So, guys, what you got to do is you got to get your wife angry with you right before you go to the knife show, because then you can buy whatever knife you want. She's already mad at you,
That's also good.
right?
Maybe give her a quick call, insult her on the phone, then she's mad, then you can buy the
Yeah.
knife because you don't have you have nothing to lose. Or as we like to say, that it doesn't really matter, right? At this point. So
Exactly.
Yeah, that does not really matter. Yeah. It's also great tips before Solingen. So people, makers who are listening, if some dude comes to your table, just remember, just say, make your wife mad already. And you can buy whatever you want.
another quote usually men say at these markets is, that knife's too sharp for my wife, or
Yeah.
that's too big for my wife, right? So if you
That's big for my wife.
if you have a tall chef, I beg to differ, sir.
Wait till she holds it in her hand. She'll love the feeling.
But someone should make a list of stupid shit male customers say at knife shows or markets or whatever.
I mean, you should do it. You did the Christmas market, and you are going to Solingen.
We have to start writing down these quotes.
That would be a great bit, actual bit.
Yeah.
Okay, ready, guys, for the next one?
Sure, shoot.
Let's do another one.
If you, as a knife maker, do your own heat treatment, but don't measure Rockwell hardness, you should not list a hardness value when selling the knife. Data sheet values don't mean shit if you don't verify. Bro, trust me, bro. I know all my machines, bro. If I set my grandma's toaster oven at 3.5 and the oven door cracked up 0.5 centimeter, it is exactly 200 Celsius in there. So the knife is 60 HRC, bro.
I love that one. True. Very true.
That's also true. Yeah.
But who does that? Who does that? Who mentions a hardness? Is there really knife makers out there who mention or
definitely
claim a hardness value according to a data sheet they downloaded from the internet? Really?
I
didn't know that.
Like people, there are people who are claiming, I don't know, maybe there are such hardness testers, but they claim with a decimal point after the hardness, which is, in my mind, is kind of crazy, because it should be a sum of at least 3 values, and we should be measuring, in multiple locations also. And the hardness of the blade itself going through the profile sometimes varies. So it's very strange that you are going to a decimal point in a place where it should be at least, an integer or maybe a range from 1 to 2,
But why does that confuse you? If it's an average value, it's very likely that it's going to be a decimal.
Decimal point.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't know.
But
But
Polly, that's
but
just
still,
that's just arithmetic. So if you have like, okay,
yeah, but still,
But it
but still, it's close enough to list it on your website, 60 to 62 hard with Rockwell or whatever, something like that. It's
yeah.
close enough. And I don't
Yeah.
think
No,
it
no,
needs
no,
to
no.
be.
61 to 62, but like not 60 to
Yeah.
62. It's like 2 HRC. It's like crazy.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
But what if I use the average? What if I say it's like 61.5? What's wrong with that? If I measure, like, let's say the hardness on three different locations, and I take the average, what's wrong with that?
maybe it makes sense, but like in my mind, if I'm thinking like, let's say you do a carbon steel knife
Mhm.
blade, whatever, you heat treatment, ground it, and I guess the edge, because of the thinner cross section, it's a little bit harder because of the
Yes.
faster cooling than the
Mhm.
spine itself.
Mhm.
So the arithmetic of the decimal point is not telling the whole story actually, but it is like the average throughout all the knife. But the people actually care about the very specific place, which is the edge,
The
I
edge, yeah.
guess.
But then
So
at
it's
the edge
yeah,
is even higher. So if
yeah,
I
yeah.
said if the blade has like 62 Rockwell, and it turns out that the edge is like 63, no one's gonna complain, I guess, on a culinary knife, right? So
Maybe, but in my mind, with the decimal point, instead of a dash, another number,
mm,
you are communicating exactness, like it's
yeah.
it's so precise, but it's rather not that precise. It's vague, kind of, it depends. It depends where you
Yeah,
measure,
I get
how you
what you
measure.
mean. So if I mention the range, the customer gets more. That's true. I mean, that's even mathematically speaking. So the if I mention the name at the range, let's say 61 to 61.5 or 62. So
Mm-hmm.
and I measured at three locations, the customer has more information like than with just the average value. That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah, I get.
yeah.
Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Then in my mind, it's more genuine,
If the customer understands it in that much depth. But I think
That's true.
if it has
Yeah.
a decimal point, it's showing that the maker actually has some kind of instrument that measures more exact than just guessing or than using files and putting a range in.
Yeah, but even if I mean, the point stands. Even if you put a range in, you have to test it. I think and you
Yeah.
can't just put in
Yeah.
a range according or based on a
Well,
data sheet. That doesn't mean shit. As the guy
yeah,
who
but
was sent in the hot
it's
take
definitely being
said.
done. That's
Yeah,
exactly it. That's exactly the point. It's being done.
yeah,
People are running a recipe, and the recipe says between this and this hardness, so that's what they write the blade is.
yeah. That's bullshit. You're not
Mm.
supposed to do that.
No.
Fuck
Yes.
it. Because
Yeah.
if you use a toaster oven to do your tempering, I mean the coils in the toaster oven, they get super hot, right? I mean
Yeah.
that's super inaccurate. So don't mention the hardness on your blade or wherever when you sell it on the website unless you have tested it, right? Don't do
But
that.
I put a bunch of scrap steel in the bottom of my toast oven, so it's much more accurate now because it holds the heat
Yeah,
better.
it's way more accurate. It's more even. It's a more mass, bro. Just trust me, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you have to test every blade. Okay, so you set up your equipment, and if the parameters don't change, the hardness is not going to change, right? So we don't test every blade. I mean, we do so many, we don't test every blade, but I usually can predict the hardness of a blade when Andy tells me the hardening and the tempering temperature up to 0.5 Rockwell, right? With a
Yeah.
precision of
You
0.5 Rockwell, I can predict. Andy says or asks me, "What do you think the hardness on this blade is?" And I ask him, "What's the tempering temperature, the hardening temperature?" He tells me, and then when I'm off, and I'm off by, let's say, 0.5 Rockwell, because we know our equipment. So you don't have to test
Mm.
every blade usually.
No, but you should be testing them on a regular
Yes, yeah,
interval at least to
yeah,
know that your
that's
equipment
true.
is not changing.
That's right. Yeah.
But bro, it is scratching the brown beer bottle. It's way off. It's 61.5 or 0.8. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Trust me, bro.
That's bullshit.
Can
Right.
Yeah,
can you
totally
take
bullshit.
can you just take a normal file from the hardware store and scratch on your blade and be able to tell the hardness?
No.
You are able to tell
But-
if it hardened at all. You can say
so,
you can,
so the people at the Renaissance fairs that are selling these putting scales on these Pakistan knives and selling them, that's what they usually do, and they'll tell people
Yeah.
you scratched it with the file, it got hard, it's hardened. It's
Mm.
like 52 Rockwell.
Yeah, it's hardened, but you have no idea how hard it is. So don't
What she
tell
said.
the HRC. Yeah. Another good hot take,
Here's-
I must say.
Should we do
Can
another
I,
one?
can I say something?
Yeah.
If I think here's another hot take related to the one we just said. If you do your own heat treatment, you should own the Rockwell hardness tester or some way of testing the hardness of your blade.
The only hotness in this hot take
No, even if I
is
don't
in
mention
kiln.
it.
Yeah, true. Totally agree. It's mandatory. No,
Yeah.
you need it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Even if it's just the cheap Rockwell file set, you're still in a range.
Yeah. So, Paul,
Are
Should
we
we do
ready
one
for
more?
the next one? Oh, we have quite more.
good.
Yeah, but
We
we
have
want to
quite
save
more.
some for another episode. This
Yeah.
is good.
Oh man,
But
these
let's-
are all so great.
But let's do let's do another one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll let you pick from one of them. One is
No. Just don't let us pick one.
I won't say it. I will describe it in what
Okay.
position it will put me.
Okay.
One is funny, a
Okay.
little bit funny, but the joke is a little bit old now.
Okay.
And the other one will put me in a uncomfortable place.
That one.
Number 2. Yes.
Okay. We are going with this one. Even a cool Damascus pattern looks like shit if you can't be bothered to put in the work to finish and etch it properly. You can edit your Instagram pictures all you want, but it makes you look stupid when you look at a knife in real life. And no, belt finish on Damascus before etching is never okay. Just looks like shit.
Also true.
No.
And it puts me in a bad place because I've done Damascus with a belt finish. So
But how long ago was this?
Last year.
Is this your own hot take?
No. Yes. For the bit, it's my own.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's so funny in retrospective because I've done it. I had like some dark my blades that I did like 220 belt finish on my Angus small blades from a laminate that I had a while ago. I mean, with hand-sanded finish, they would look way better. They would have looked way better. So
For sure. I think if you have to ask yourself that question, then you already know the answer, and you didn't go to a high enough grid.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
It depends on the belt finish. I mean, you can do an awesome belt finish and go into the etchant right away. There's nothing wrong with it. The belt finish is good enough and the grid's high enough.
Oh, you don't agree with this one?
No, I don't.
Ooh, interesting.
But I think if your belt finish isn't really good, you should do some hand sanding. That's not a hot take. That's just my recommendation. But people like when Bankamon never does any hand sanding, and even his Damascus blades look awesome because he can do a proper belt finish, right? So
that son of a bitch did a orbital sander finish on one of his knives, which looked great, but still orbital sander. Albert, maybe do you think is there a difference if the pattern is like very small or very big?
yes,
Maybe which one lends better to?
Yeah, sure. The bigger the pattern, the more accurate the hand sanding has to be,
and the more difficult it is.
Yeah, imagine like a low layer Damascus blade with where you have these large dark and large silver areas, right? So if the dark areas aren't sanded properly, you will see the scratches in there. Or take an apex blade, for instance, with the apex turns gray when you etch it. So if there's scratches left from a coarser grit in your apex core, you'll see it after etching. The larger the area, the more accurate the hand sanding, the more precise the hands, or the finish has to be. Not necessarily hand sanding, of course, but when you're starting out, doing a hand sanding is it's just easier than doing a proper belt finish, I think.
Also, what you see a lot in the low layer is when people, after they get the depth and they go in for that final black etch, and you want to shine up the silver parts, the sandpaper that like falls into those valleys and kind of scratches up the black finish.
Yeah,
that's doesn't look horrible, which makes a high layer much easier because you don't have so much room for the sandpaper to like go down and hit those black spots.
Yeah.
So get yourself some gator piss and it'll solve that problem.
Yeah, get the
At
gator piss
material.at.
heavy. Yeah. Gator piss heavy. That's the way to go.
Keith, where could you get gator piss?
Knifematerial.at.
He just said it like
Hey,
2 times or 3
carbon.
times.
Use carbon 5 to save nothing, I guess.
Exactly.
Does it work on your website? No, it doesn't. Of course,
No,
it doesn't. Try carbon 10, carbon 15, carbon 99,
Carbon 100
them
and
all.
get it for free.
101 to get some more bang in your buck. Yeah. So I guess thank you, listeners.
Now let's do another
please
one.
send in more.
Let's do the funny one, and then
Let's do the funny one.
it might
Okay.
doesn't. Is this the last one you got?
Yes.
Okay, then it doesn't make sense to save one for another episode.
But does it
maybe-
really matter?
Yeah, it doesn't
But
really
does it
Go ahead,
matter.
just do it. Just do it. We'll
Just
get
do
it
it.
more.
Okay. Pocket cheats are garbage. You're just asking to stab yourself in the thigh or your dick. And I forgot that I am making pocket cheats. Also, it puts me in an uncomfortable position. Keith, do you have any
Keith,
experience with
yeah.
pocket cheats?
Yeah. I think a pocket sheath saves your blade from getting all dinged up from your keys and whatever else is in your pocket, coins and shit like that. Of course, you need a pocket sheath.
I disagree. I think they're
You're just gonna put it in your
you-
pocket without a sheath.
no, but that's not a pocket sheath. A pocket sheath is something, but let's
Pocket
say
cheat.
an alti clip or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, for listeners who don't know, for the first time listeners or second time listeners, Keith had a small
that's a wrap.
boo-boo accident.
We'll talk to you guys next week. No, go ahead. Tell the same
Small
story
boo-boo.
over again.
Small boo-boo accident in the last knife show Austria that happened last year on May. He bought a knife from me and I did not see it, but he went to the hospital. Blood was everywhere. Our co-host Keith stabbed himself, cut himself open in the middle of the show. It was
His thumb was
very
hanging off.
embarrassing. He lost conscience at the very first sight of the blood, started vomiting, convulsing, and he was like, I'm dying.
That part
They
is
had
true,
to
but
sue him
it took-
further.
it took about 15 minutes, and I knew it was coming. I told everybody, get me down. I need to sit because I'm gonna pass out in about 10 minutes. And I had a cigarette, and then I passed out.
Give me my last cigarette. Yeah. So that is why it's funny, but it's a little bit old joke. But yeah,
It's all right.
it's fine. Maybe we can learn something from that. Maybe I can design my sheets better because a pocket sheet is great because you have a lot of sheet in your pockets. So, yeah. So it does not rattle around. It's fixed in one place. But maybe a deeper sheet would help.
No,
Or
it
a
was
shallower
fine.
one.
That was user error. That's all. The sheet's fine.
Yeah. It's terrible hot take then. I'm sorry for bringing this. And dear listeners, send in better hot takes. Send in something radical, something nuclear, something that will be a fire hazard and not something that is, mellow. We don't like mellow. You got other podcasts for mellow shit. Is that a wrap, ladies?
Yes.
That's all she wrote.
Mini hell. Close it down, boss.
Is that the right one?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, it's the right one.
that's the right
It's
one.
the right one.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Iki. Viso gero. Then come on.